Well, folks, I am beyond livid. But at the same time, I'm not surprised we're dropping points. Keith here from Command the Hoops Celtic. If this is your first time viewing the channel, do press like and subscribe. Takes 2 seconds to do. So Celtic nil, Hearts 2. Get beaten by a team that haven't won in the last 3 games. Absolutely shambolic. Stephen A. Smith, not a recognized manager, not a reputation for being a good manager, never managed in the English Premier League just yet, hasn't managed for numerous years against Brendan Rodgers, that's won an FA Cup, that got Liverpool to almost a Premier League title, invincible season for Celtic, 7 trophies, and what happens? Get laughed at home by Hearts. Hearts were a better team. First half, we were poisoned. I tell you what, all season we've been poisoned. The evidence has been there since I've said this on the channel time and time again. And people keep saying, I'm panicking, I'm overreacting. Celtic are beyond dirt this season. Dirt. Boring style of football. Greg Taylor playing as a defensive midfielder most of the games, trying to produce it down the flanks. Mikey Johnson not good enough for Celtic. Bear the Bay, Mikey Johnson, get out of the club. Joe Hart, done and dusted. Well past his sell date. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Thanks for the 2 years, Joe. But time to move on and actually be ambitious and go out and buy a keeper. But that's not going to happen, folks, because Peter Lawwell, Dermot Desmond, Michael Nicholson are not ambitious about funding the team the right way, the right structure. They can't even sit down with the Green Brigade and get the fans back in the stadium. They can't, because the 12th man that's labelled as the Green Brigade and the boys that actually bring the atmosphere to the stadium, over 14 games since they haven't been in, and the place has become a morgue, an absolute morgue. Loads of empty seats yet again today. Why does people have season books and you don't go to the games? Fans leaving 70 minutes into the game. Well, the other team across the Clyde are laughing at us. They're laughing at us because they should be fancying their chances going to Celtic Park at the end of the month and actually beating us. With their fans or without their fans, they should fancy their chances because we're in turmoil. You might think, oh, relax. We're top of the league, Keith. They have to. It's not guaranteed that they're going to win their games. Come on, let's be honest. Penalty the Rangers. Let's be honest. Like our team, the squad, don't have a plan B. He talks about passion, Brendan Rodgers. What passion? Passion is when people come out and actually be leaders and take the game by the scruff of the neck and win games. There wasn't that today. There hasn't been that last week at Kilmarnock. Got laughed at Kilmarnock. Dropping points to St. Johnson at home, dropping points to Motherwell, dropping points to Hibs. This is what happens. This is what happens when you think you're home and dry because you're managing the Premier League, you're Brendan Rodgers, you'll come back to Celtic, you streamroll it like the first time. It's not like that. It's not like that. These teams fancy their chances. Celtic Park is not a fortress anymore. These teams will come and park the bus and they'll take their chances because they know from a set piece, they'll actually have a chance of scoring against us because we have a skill bag in goal. We have an absolute skill bag in goal. Joe Hart is done, folks. If he's pick up a Joe Hart, pull a couple of saves off midweek. Come on, 1 in 10 performances he comes out with. A few saves, he's done. Please put Scott Bain in or Seacrest or something. At this rate, it's absolutely embarrassing. We need a keeper. We need a left back. Greg Taylor is dire. He's absolute dire, folks. Bear the Bay is dire. We have wasted money on these so-called project players. Greg Taylor is done at Celtic. He's not good enough for Celtic. Conor McGregor is an attacking midfielder, not a defensive midfielder. And we don't have the players in that department to fit in there. When Awata is gone, injured, who do we have? Kwan on the bench. Come on, folks. It's done. It's done. This league, we're going to piss this league away. We really are going to throw this league away, folks, because it's our own faults. At the end of the day, that's what happens when you get complacent in football. When you take teams for granted, they'll come and they'll be fearless and they beat you. We've slated Lawrence Shankland for being linked to Celtic, but yet he bangs another goal in against us. Another goal, proven goal scorer, something that we don't have at the moment in the team. Kyogo, well off it. Playing out mouse system, not getting enough service. Confidence gone, done and dusted. Breaks me heart to say that about Kyogo. But let's be honest, he needs to be dropped. Needs to be dropped. Oh, hot and cold. Not good enough. Scores a few goals coming up to Christmas. Done and dusted. Mikey Johnson, gone. You know, these players are not playing for the short. I don't think these players understand when a team loses like last week to Kilmarnock, you lift yourself back up and you're going to go out there and you fight for the jersey and beat teams like Hearts. No, they don't, because they're not good enough. We don't have a plan B. Teams park the bus and we struggle. It's like Anthony Ralston today pulled off a couple of nice balls over to the flanks, but my God, the guy, no pace out and pushing up, trying to slow the game down. You can't slow the game down. You dictate the game like Ange ball, put the pace. But I forgot, Ange is gone. Ange is gone. Brendan's in. Boring Brendan, football's in. And I'm one of these fans that backed Brendan Rodgers to come back and do a job. And my God, am I biting my tongue. I am absolutely beyond disappointed. Beyond it. I'm just feeling like this is going to be a regular occurrences. It will keep happening until a change is made. And people saying the board is the fault here. The board, it does take a bit of the blame because they were too laxy-daisy with the recruitment this summer. They were happy to take the 25 million for job. They were happy to take the money for Starfelt, but bringing in players from with not even a bit of reputation behind them, not good enough. Not good enough. As I always say, I'd rather see them bring in 2 or 3 players with a bit of quality over quantity. But this league has been turned upside down. There's officially a title race properly in my eyes, and Rangers are going to be in cruise control. Even if we win at the end of the month, I still have my concerns because I feel like at home we are vulnerable. We can go out and beat Aberdeen 5-6-0 and beat Hibs, and then we go out and playing these teams that are like, you know, Hearts, you know, St. Johnstone, struggle. You know, Celtic are very unpredictable this season, folks, and just get ready for it. It's going to get worse and worse because I don't think it's going to get better unless a new manager comes in, the Green Brigade are back in, we can start getting players in. But these things probably won't happen. The board are sleeping at the wheel, folks, and they need to be ambitious because at the end of the day, it's not just about losing the league. It's getting into the Champions League, this new Swiss league table, this new Swiss format we're all boasting about. At the end of next season, Celtic won't be touching Champions League because they'll be qualifiers. And that's even if we're good enough to even win the league. So let's wake up, smell the coffee. Brendan needs to get his shit together and stop looking like he's devastated. Give them the hairdryer treatment. Prove your money's worth, Brendan. Prove your money's worth. Since you're meant to be an elite manager, since you've been linked to so many jobs in the past, since you managed Liverpool, since you managed Celtic in the past, why can you not do it right now? The older you get, the more you learn about the game. You should know how to should know how to put a right team out and believe in your squad. But clearly, there's something going on in the background, so that you have a broken relationship with the board, broken relationship with your coaching staff or your players, and the fans are turning on you. Because the reason why the fans are turning on Brendan Rodgers is the football is dire, is absolute dire. So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully it changes around. As I said, I backed the man to come in to start the season to do a job, and my God, League Cup departure, Champions League embarrassment, getting beaten by teams like that, and then dropping points to like the St. Johnstone, Hearts, Motherwell at home. It just keeps going and going. Comedy Central. So I shall speak to you all soon. Take care.